Hey survivors, welcome to Qigong with Kevin. So today I'm at Thrive Wellness Center in Largo, Florida, part of Bridge Community Acupuncture. The doctors here are great. Dr. Melissa, Dr. Melanie, Dr. Jill, fantastic acupuncturists to help you manage your health problems. So big shout out to Aortic Health Unlimited and Diane and all she does, and especially to Aortic Hope with Karen and her team there. Just a great couple of organizations helping people like you and I that are survivors and trying to manage life post-surgery. So today we're going to work on some basic fundamental Qigong preparatory flows. I'd like to thank my Qigong teacher, Marissa, with Yo Chi Qigong for guiding me along the Qigong path and Qigong journey. Great organization. If you're ever interested in learning more about Qigong, check out Yo Chi Qigong on the internet. So find a comfortable spot, survivors, and let's talk about how we're going to prepare ourselves for easy, simple Qigong flows. Qigong doesn't have to be complex, full of different movements to be effective from a health balancing perspective. You can sit in your chair. I'm sitting on a stool. And of course, as a survivor, you know that when you come back from the hospital, we're in no shape to get up and move around and do hot Qigong right away. It takes time to build our Qi flow and our stamina back before we can do intense Qigong. So today, I want to focus on some simple movements, but more importantly, I want to give you some movements and insight into these preparatory movements to get you ready for further, more complex Qigong flows, and not only complex Qigong flows, but this ritual that we're going to talk about is good for anything, and to prepare yourself for anything in life. If you're getting ready for a meeting, if you're getting ready for an event, these simple ritual type movements and guiding your intuition can really help to adequately prepare you to balance out your life. So, survivors, make sure it's okay with your doctor to do any kind of Qigong movements and Qigong flow, and find a comfortable spot. You can sit in a chair, you can sit on a stool, you can even stand if you want, and let's move some Qi. So what I learned from my teacher, Marissa, in Yo Chi Qigong was she has 5 preparatory steps before any Qigong flow. The first being relax, open our joints. And I like to think of all of these preparatory steps from a Wuxing or 5-element perspective, because I'm a 5-element acupuncture student. So we're going to do the first earth element, spleen and TCM, relax open the joints by thinking relax open the joints is letting our body settle into the ground. We're going to just take our fingers and our wrists, move them, move our elbows, move our shoulders, move our waist, our hips, our back, wiggle our toes, wiggle our knees, and just let the Qi flow through our body. We're going to open up all of the channels. That's what the earth element is all about. Grounding ourselves into the earth, just sinking deep into the earth and letting our body become pliable. So relax, open the joints. That's our first step to preparing ourselves for a Qigong flow. And as we sit here right now, we're going to just keep moving our fingers, gentle circles, moving our toes, our ankles, our shoulders, and open those channels. They're very important for us to open our channels because Qi flows through the channels. And just like a roadblock on the interstate, if the cars are all stopped sitting still, then there's no traffic flowing. Same way in your body. If the qi is not flowing through the channels, if the channels are congested, then that means stagnation will occur. And with stagnation comes pain, because pain is essentially stagnation, chronic stagnation in action. So, first part of our 5-part ritual or 5-element ritual and preparing ourselves for a Qigong flow is to relax and open the joints. The second one is to sink our breath down into our belly. And this is reflective of the metal element in TCM. And the metal element is represented in our yin organs by the lungs. The color of the metal element and the lungs is white. And so what we're doing is we're sinking our breath into our lungs, down into our belly. So on the inhale, our belly expands. And on the exhale, our belly contracts. So after we've relaxed and opened all of our joints, our earth element, preparatory step, then we're going to think about sinking our breath into our lower belly, our lower dantian. Breathing in, our belly expands. Exhaling, our belly contracts. And this is so good for the oxygen flow through our body, because as our belly expands on the inhale, our diaphragm drops. And when our diaphragm drops, there's more room for more air and fresh oxygen to come into our bodies and supply oxygen to all parts, our brain and our muscles and all parts of our body. So there's the first 2 preparatory steps, the first 2 elements, spleen element and metal element. Relax, open our joints, sink into the earth, and then let that fresh oxygen come into our body by letting our belly expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. The third step is the water step. And I like to think of this as our essence step, water element. The kidneys are the yin organs associated with the water element. And the kidneys are so important to our life cycle because it's where our essence, our original post-birth essence, is stored. So I like to think of that our essence is, we are connecting to the heavens and the earth. This is where we came from. So our essence flows from our kidneys and up and down the original meridian, the original channel in traditional Chinese medicine, the Chong Mai. So we can relax, open our joints, take that deep breath, and then see our essence connect us, flow through our body, come out the top of our head at Do 20 acupuncture point, connect to the heavens, go down through our body, through the Chong Mai, our structure, in through our feet into the earth. So it's so important that that Chong Mai channel stay nice and straight and open, so the qi can flow from the heavens down to the earth and back up from the earth into the heavens. So the third point is find your structure, sit up straight, have your back straight, no slouching forward to where the qi gets slowed down. We want a clear, open channel. So the third step is finding our structure, allowing qi to flow up and down through our body, connecting to the essence in our kidneys, the Mingmen area. And 3 preparatory steps: relax, open our joints associated with the earth element and the spleen yin organ. And then the second step is sinking our breath into our lower dantian and allowing our bodies to fill up with oxygen associated with the lung yin organ and the metal element. The third preparatory step is establishing our structure, our Chong Mai. Let the energy flow down through the top of our head into the earth and back up along a straight open channel. And then the fourth preparatory step is what I call moving with intent. Again, I've learned this from my Yo Chi Qigong teacher, Marissa. And moving with intent rather than force is, I think, very strongly associated with the wood element. the fourth element on the Wuxing pentagram. So we have relax, open our joints. We have sync our breath, establish our structure, and then move with intent. Now, the wood element is associated with the spring. And in the spring, there's a lot of really fast growth. And it's very important when that fast growth occurs that that growth is controlled and moves in the right direction at the right speed. So overgrowth doesn't happen and undergrowth doesn't happen, but controlled growth occurs. And that's where moving with intent is so very important for us survivors. We don't want to reach out real quickly and sprain or strain one of our muscles or tendons. Controlled movement, moving with intent rather than force. You can think of trying to put a key in a lock, and that key is not going to go in if you just cram it in real hard, take forever, and you might not even get the key in the lock. However, if you use intent and watch where you're putting the key and insert it into the lock, then the door will open. So we want to move with intent rather than force. And this helps us as we age too, especially survivors. So many of us are on different pharmaceuticals that can actually affect our memory. But by focusing on intent, on what we are doing, then it's going to make our lives so much easier physically and mentally too. So we have 4 steps now in preparing ourselves for a Qigong flow. We're going to relax, open our joints. We're going to sink our breath into our bellies, let our bellies expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. We're going to find our structure and sit up straight so that we have a good straight path for the Qi to flow from the heavens to the earth, fire to water, water back to fire. And then we're going to move always in anything we do with intent rather than force. And the last step, one of my favorite, and I need to do this more often, is put a smile on our face. So I like to associate the smile with our heart element, or the fire element and our heart. Our heart and the fire element are so closely related, and smiling is part of the Shen, the happiness, the joy that's associated with the heart organ. So the 5 steps: relax, open the joints, sink our breath into our lower dantian, find our straight structure so the Qi can flow, move with intent rather than force, and then put a smile on our face, because smiling releases so many feel-good chemicals and just makes the Qigong flow so much better. A smile makes anything we do so much better. Now, the beauty of these 5 preparatory steps for a Qigong flow is that you can do them anywhere you are. You can do them when you first wake up and you're in bed. You can relax yourself and feel the Qi begin to flow in the morning. You can also do it while you're driving and you are at a red light. Stop to relax your joints, belly breathe, sit straight up, drive with intent, and then drive with a smile on your face. So the beauty of these 5 steps are you can do them anywhere that you are, any time of the day, and they will prepare you for your Qigong flow. Keep you from experiencing a strain or a sprain, and make your flow so much more enjoyable and so much more beneficial for your body's health. So those 5 keys, as my teacher Marissa at Yochi Qigong has taught us, very important and a very good tool, useful tool to take through life. Once we do all of those steps, and we'll run through them real quick, then we're going to do a very simple seated Qigong flow that my teacher calls spinal cord breathing. And it sends Qi up and down the spine through a spinal wave. Then it opens the shoulders and it clears the mind. So let's run through the 5 keys real quick. We're going to relax, open the joints. As you're sitting there, just wiggle, move that Qi, because where the Qi goes, the blood flows. Sink our breath into our belly. and sit up straight. Tell ourselves that we're going to move with intent rather than force, and put a smile on our face. All right, survivors, let's do the first Qigong flow. And I encourage you to do this every day. We're going to bring our arms together, fists together, elbows together, tuck our chin in, bring our shoulders in, and exhale. Then open up into an inhale as we slowly open our arms, our elbows and hands back, stretching those shoulders to about 70%, not too hard. We don't want to strain anything. Exhale. Bring our arms back together, tuck our chin in. Inhale. Open up. Let that air fill our belly, our lungs. Exhale. Tuck the chin in, back together. Inhale. Open up the arms, the chest. Exhale. This exercise is excellent for opening the lung channel that flows down our arm to our thumb. If you're having trouble with tight breathing, spinal cord breathing activates the flow in the spinal cord and opens the chest. Big smile on our face. The stretch in across our chest feels so good. Great. One more time, survivors. Okay. So we're going to wash that chi down into our body. Gather earthly chi, bring it down. Gather heavenly chi, press it into our lower dantian, rub it into our belly. And there you have it. The first set of preparatory exercises for any Qigong flow. Relax open the joints. Sink your breath into your lower dantian. Find your structure, sit up straight, move with intent and not force, and always keep a smile on your face. Thanks again to Aortic Hope for sponsoring this video and Aortic Health Unlimited. And also a great shout out to Thrive Wellness Center here at Bridge Acupuncture in Largo, Florida. A great place to get acupuncture. There are sound baths here every other Sunday. Acupuncture, flower essence, just a wonderful wellness center, a place where you can really thrive. And see you next time. As always, may you be blessed and filled with good chi.